to an overview of the New York State Early Learning Trainer Credential. This webinar is designed to assist you in choosing the path that best fits your needs as a professional development provider to early childhood providers in the field. My name is Avril Mills, and I am the Credential Coordinator of New York State AEYC. I would like to start by sharing a brief history of the New York State Early Learning Trainer Credential. In 1997, a group of New York State trainers gathered and began to develop a process for vetting trainers in the state. At this time, the program was going to be administered through the SUNY Professional Development Program. In 2005, New York State AEYC received the information that was developed in partnership with CUNY Professional Development Institute. The process was refined and rolled out in a pilot in 2009 with approximately 20 trainers in New York City. Based on the feedback received from the pilot, the process was revised and rolled out statewide in early 2010. A second round of revisions related to the credential portfolio, instructions, and scoring tool were released in August of 2011. Nationally, many states have systems in place to vet trainers within the early childhood field to ensure that quality training is being provided to the individuals providing direct care to children. In April 2012, New York State released the newly revised version of the Core Body of Knowledge, New York State's Competencies for Early Childhood Educators. This can be found at www.earlychildhood.org. As you can see, New York State is not alone in the development of a credential or trainer approval system. Currently, New York State offers a trainer approval system. A training approval system is under development. Also under development in New York is a mentorship program for individuals who would like to become professional development providers or for individuals who need to work on a particular skill or competency area of a quality professional development provider. New York State is also in the process of creating a statewide training calendar which will pilot with the Quality Stars New York program later this year. Currently, the New York State Office of Children and Family Services is providing a grant for individuals who wish to become part of the New York State Early Learning Trainer Credential to help offset the cost. We will discuss costs associated with each endorsement later in this webinar. This chart is a great visual to show why the New York State Early Learning Trainer Credential was developed. The end goal is providing what is best for children, and that is high-quality programming. In order for this to occur, quality training must be provided to the early childhood providers in direct care. The New York State Early Learning Trainer Credential at this time has two avenues to choose from: a verified specialty trainer or a credential trainer. By the end of this webinar, our hope is that you will know which path is best for you. The Educational Incentive Program through SUNY Professional Development Program, with the guidance from OCFS, has recently put the following timeline in effect for trainers who currently provide non-credit-bearing community-based training for early childhood providers in the state of New York. Step 1 will take effect January 1st of 2013 and will provide an enhanced rate to trainers who hold a level 1, 2, or 3 credential. This enhanced rate will be $35 an hour. This enhanced rate is not available to verified specialty trainers. As of June 1st of 2013, any trainer receiving EIP dollars for non-credit-bearing community-based training must have completed Part 1 of the New York State Early Learning Trainer Credential to become a credential trainer or a verified specialty trainer. On December 1st of 2013, trainers receiving EIP dollars for non-credit-bearing community-based training must hold a New York State Early Learning Trainer Credential endorsement. Please note that to become a credential trainer as a level 1, 2, or 3, the process does take 120 days plus an additional 45-day review period. The entire process must be completed by December 1st of 2013 to avoid a lapse in EIP payments. As stated earlier in the webinar, the New York State Office of Children and Family Services is currently providing grant funding to an applicant who meets the requirements for a New York State Early Learning Trainer credential endorsement through December 31st of 2012. As a verified specialty trainer, the true cost of the endorsement is $75. With the grant funding in place, the cost is currently $25 once the endorsement has been awarded. For a level 1, 2, or 3 credential trainer, the true cost of the credential is $350, which would be broken into 2 payments, the first being due with Part 1 submission of $100 and a $250 submission due with the Part 2 submission. Again, with the grant monies in place through the New York State Office of Children and Family Services, a candidate who meets the requirements will only have to pay a one-time fee of $75 once the credential has been awarded. The first New York State Early Learning Trainer credential endorsement I am going to discuss today is the Verified Specialty Trainer. This endorsement is for individuals who currently hold a Training of the Trainer certificate for approved standardized curricula in the state of New York. This avenue is also for individuals who hold these certifications but do not meet the minimum qualifications to become a level 1, 2, or 3 credential trainer. Here are some examples of standardized training for the trainer curriculum accepted in the state of New York. Some additional examples are the American Heart Association CPR and First Aid, the Office of Children and Family Services Child Abuse and Maltreatment, the creative curriculum through teaching strategies. When we speak about assessment tools, we're looking to see that you have been trained to reliability by the issuing agency. For example, the environmental rating scales, your letter from North Carolina will speak to the fact that you have been trained to reliability to use that assessment tool. To become a verified specialty trainer, please go to www.nycecpdi.org and create an account. Choose the path of a verified specialty trainer and complete the online application process. Once you submit the online application, you have 30 days to submit your supporting paperwork for the information entered into the application. Once you've submitted your application, you will receive an automatic reminder from the system regarding the 30-day requirement. In addition, New York State AEYC will contact you via email with a documentation verification checklist and a second reminder of the deadline. Once your supporting documentation is received, you will be notified via email that your application has been approved. At that time, you will need to sign back into your account at www.nycecpdi.org to choose and make your payment. Once payment has been received, your certificate will be placed in the mail. Please note that it is your responsibility to keep the information in the system up to date. So if a certification such as a CPR or first aid training expires, it will be your responsibility to go in there and update your new expiration date so that your application remains current. The second New York State Early Learning Trainer credential endorsement I will be discussing today is becoming a level 1, 2, or 3 credential trainer. This process is for individuals that are providing professional development to early childhood providers in core body of knowledge areas 1 through 4, which are child growth and development, family and community relationships, observation and assessment, and environments and curriculum. In the coming slides, we will discuss the education and experience required that accompany becoming a level 1, 2, or 3 credential trainer. Listed on this slide are individuals at this time who the credential is currently geared towards. When determining eligibility for the credential, we look at the following information from each candidate: education level, professional experience working directly with children and families, such as a head teacher, an assistant teacher, a center director, etc., and your professional experience providing professional development opportunities to early childhood providers within the field. Through December 1st of 2013, alternate pathways have been created for each level of the credential to assist current providers of professional development with a route that meets their background. Please remember that as of December 2nd, 2013, the only route that will be available is the standard route. You will see that there is a direct correlation between the degree held with the types of credits and the years of professional experience within the field. You can find this chart at www.nysetyc.org under the credential page, and also at www.nycecpdi.org under the documents page. It's also important to note on this chart that every level requires a minimum of 2 years direct professional experience working with children and families. As a visual for you, here are some courses that are considered related field credits. In the event you feel you have taken a course that is not listed, but you feel relates, you need to provide proof of the early childhood content in the course through the course description and syllabus for the course. To begin the process of becoming a level 1, 2, or 3 credential trainer, you will go to www.nycecpdi.org, create an account, and choose the Credential Trainer option. Complete Part 1 of the application in its entirety, and once submitted, you'll have 30 days to submit your supporting documentation to the New York State Association for the Education of Young Children. Once your documentation is received and verified, you will be approved at the appropriate level based on your education and experience and given 90 days to complete the portfolio process in Part 2 of the online application. Please note that in Part 2 of the online application, this is where you will speak to any standardized curricula that you hold a Train the Trainer certification for. Here is a listing of the documents submitted for Part 1 to determine your eligibility and level for the credential. Transcripts are your supporting educational documentation. Often candidates attend more than one college and therefore their credits in the field may be from more than one institution. Please submit all transcripts that speak to the credits in the field. Official transcripts are needed unless a copy of the corresponding degree is submitted. In that case, a copy of an official transcript can be accepted. All degrees and credits must be from nationally accredited institutions of higher learning. We do not translate CEUs into credits. Also, if your degree is from an institution outside of the United States, you must have it assessed through an appropriate agency, such as the National Association of Credential Evaluation Services, World Education Services, or Educational Credential Evaluators. Your resume is uploaded into the online application and is part of your public profile. You will want to remove any personal information from your resume, such as your home address and your home phone number, unless you want programs looking for trainers to have that information. The resume must specifically reflect your education, professional direct experience working with children and families, a minimum of 2 years, and your experience providing professional development. Remember the level that you are obtaining and the pathway you are taking to ensure your resume covers all of the experience requirements. In the application process, you will be inputting previous employers for both your direct care experience and your experience providing professional development. You will then choose from that list to send out 3 references. The references and your resume are used to verify your experience within the field. This is the generated reference form that the writer must complete. References must submit their letters directly to New York State AEYC. They will not be accepted from the candidate for verification purposes. Once Part 1 is approved, you will be given 90 days to complete the portfolio process and Part 2 of the online application. The portfolio will address the competencies in the 4 knowledge base areas: knowledge of content, instructional design and development, presentation skills, and professionalism. You will need to choose 2 trainings, 2 consultations, or 1 training and 1 consultation to base your portfolio on. You will make this choice based on what you do in your day-to-day work. If you only do group trainings, you will submit 2 separate group trainings in your portfolio. If you only provide consultation or technical assistance services, your portfolio will contain 2 consultation services. However, if you do both, you will submit 1 group training and 1 consultation service. Please do not exceed the timeframes that are offered in the definitions of an eligible training or consultation services. These are very important definitions for each service, and it's asked that you follow them closely. Also remember that the portfolio is based on community-based, non-credit-bearing trainings or consultations. For each training or consultation you have chosen to use in your portfolio, you will write an essay following the portfolio instructions and scoring tool on your knowledge of content, instructional design and development, and submit your evaluations for the presentation skills section. The portfolio will conclude with an essay on professionalism. For additional information on completing the portfolio, please participate in the webinar titled Completing Part 2 of the New York State Early Learning Trainer Credential, the Portfolio. During this webinar, expectations for each section is discussed, as well as important reminders are provided for the completion of the portfolio. Portfolios are reviewed by New York State Early Learning Trainer Credentialed Train Reviewers. All reviewers hold the credential. Reviewers use the portfolio scoring tool, which is provided to you so you can understand how the scoring is completed. Reviewers start at the 0 rating and move up from there, remembering that all the criteria in each number must be in the portfolio in order to receive that score. If the criteria is not fully met, you will be moved down to the lower number. If the credential is awarded, you will be notified via email regarding the approval, and you will have to sign into your account and choose your payment option. Once payment is received, you will receive your certification in the mail and information on how to have your portfolios returned to you if you so wish. If your credential is deferred, you will receive your portfolios with a letter stating the specific areas you scored a 2 or below in so that you can make additions and changes to your portfolio and resubmit within 60 days. If the credential is denied, you will be notified via letter that will state the areas you scored a 2 or below in. The credential is denied when a score of less than 65 is achieved, or the credential is deferred twice. Currently, a process is under development to provide mentorship and coaching for candidates who are denied so that they can reapply at a later date. Please remember that if you are denied, you are still able to train. However, you will not be able to accept EIP dollars as of December 1st, 2013. The Content Specialist endorsement through the New York State Early Learning Trainer credential is currently under development and will be released in September of 2012. Some examples of individuals that meet the criteria for a content specialist are nurses or doctors working as healthcare consultants and provide important medical training to staff, such as a child with diabetes, or an accountant or CPA who provides training to a family child care provider on maintaining proper financial records. In addition to the recorded webinars, webinars are held on a regular basis with live interaction. The Credential Coordinator is also available for any questions that you may have about your specific situation as a provider of professional development. A list of frequently asked questions can also be found on the New York State AEYC website. This is the home page for the New York State Early Learning Trainer credential. This is where you will create your login information. Please keep your username and password in a safe place, as it will be used frequently throughout the process and even after you have been awarded the credential for renewal purposes. Please feel free to contact me anytime via email or phone. I look forward to working with you as you choose your pathway for the New York State Early Learning Trainer credential. Thank you for your interest in improving the quality of training through the use of the New York State Early Learning Trainer credential. Have a great day.